Good morning here from the Ozarks of Missouri. Staying with my mom at a place in Branson, and I still think storm chase mode is going to be on. I'm feeling to stay put because these storms are moving at about 55 miles an hour. I'm going to put this together with the different composites from the HRRR. I think it's still running it a little fast. It's trying to say things are going to be in the Branson area between 12 and 1. I still think it's going to be more like 1 to 2, especially since the tornado watch near Joplin is going to be until about noon. And they just did a mesoscale discussion saying EF-3 tornadoes are going to be possible. And as this band of the squall line kind of gets up towards Tulsa, some renegade supercells are going to start firing. The warm front just moved through Branson, so winds are now out of the south, which they weren't earlier. And it's gonna just keep getting more and more moist. I mean, it's right now, dew point's about 60 here in Branson. There's some mid 60s in Arkansas, and that's still streaming on up. The magic number seems to be temperature wise. If we get in the low 70s here, I think more significant tornadoes are going to be possible in the Ozarks. And it's just to see how much it warms and how much sunlight we get now that the warm front is now just to the north of us right now. But needless to say, earlier this morning, there were tornadoes down in the Norman area, Etowah, and Purcell. That was the area that had tornadoes this morning, about 7. And those storms haven't really been producing much tornadoes, but it's about ready to go through a retransition. That's going to make the squall line a little more broken. That's going to allow some supercells to form, and it's starting to prime ahead of it for supercells to be ahead of the main line. Once that main line runs through, I think by 2 it's done for anybody west of 65 highway. Then that'll be the end of any severe weather. I still think there's going to be a few supercells. There's still one, when I'm looking at the HRRR run, that looks like it's going to be up in the Platte City to Kearney area. If it's behind the front, it's going to be hail wind producer and elevated. If it ends up being on the boundary, there's still a chance of a brief tornado, but the strongest tornado chance is going to be in the Ozarks of Missouri, especially like Drawline, Joplin, Springfield on south, I think is going to be your best chance. And I think there's going to be a few supercells that move through as it moves through, and cannot rule out a strong tornado at this point before 2 o'clock today. But by noon, if you're in the Ozarks, be weather aware. This is when it starts moving in, and it should be out of here to 2:30. So I will put this over some of the graphics and the model runs to kind of show some of the supercell patterns I'm seeing in that, and then we will see from there. And then if I go live, I'm going to get my digital out, and we're going to see what we can see. All right, more updates as the weather